So if there's one God, why are there like over 4,000 religions? This was a real important question to me in my early faith journey, like a long time ago. Because I thought, as I was pursuing religion, where do I start? I mean, it's like going shopping in the mall and trying to figure out which store I'd buy my clothes in. Well, let's jump into it. Hey, I'm Mike Lawrence, lead pastor at Faith Community Church. And the question, if there's one God, why are there like over 4,000 religions in the world? Really good question. I think of it like this. There's this parable that comes out of India. It's about 4 blind men who stumbled across an elephant for the first time in their lives. Never even knew one existed. So they try to describe the elephant. And one man describes the elephant like a snake, like a tube that's sinewy and strong because he's touching the nose. Another person says, that's not true at all. It's like a tree, a great birth. I'm trying to get my arms around. It's really powerful because he's touching the legs. Another one's like, it's not like a trunk of a tree. It's like a branch. It's this willowy thing with wisp at the end because he's touching the tail. Another one's like, you're kidding me. It's like a sheet. An elephant is a sheet like that blows in the wind. It's thin and always papery-like with a life of its own because he's touching the air. You see, because they're incapable of seeing the elephant together, they approach the elephant from a different direction, and so they're all describing different parts of an elephant, but they don't really see the elephant or have the full picture of an elephant. I kind of think that's like religion, because I believe that humans, we're limited in our ability to understand God. Because God is what we call supernatural. He is above the natural world. And how do you describe something that isn't even in your plane of existence? I also think we struggle with the facilities to describe God because we describe what we don't know in terms of what we do know. Like this. I was in the Dominican Republic once, and I was talking with this gentleman. He was Dominican, and he said, hey, you're from the Boston area? He goes, I've always had this question. What is snow like? It's like, seriously, think now, take a second. How would you describe snow? Cold, wet, fluffy? I mean, it was really hard. I just couldn't communicate the experience and reality of snow to him because we didn't have a shared experience with words to describe it. This is the thing, is like I think all these religions, because we're pursuing someone or something that is above our plane of existence through limited faculties, and we don't have a shared experience of this divine. Here's the thing. Here's the bigger question. Why are we even bothering? Of all of the creatures in the world, we're the only ones who have religion. We're the only ones who think of the divine and who think to pursue an understanding that there might be God outside our realm of experience. That's kind of intriguing to me. I always stop and thought, why would we even want to know if there is a God? Where did the concept of God come from for us? I think it's God calling us to Him, because the only way I believe that we can truly know God is if God reveals Himself to us. This concept that Christians have called revelation. It's God showing Himself to us in ways that we can understand. We believe that there's parts of God that we can understand through nature, that's natural revelation, but then we believe that there's special aspects of God, His character, His plan, His work in the world that can only be revealed to us through our scriptures. But honestly, what I think the finest and best revelation of God is in Jesus Christ. Because it's this, think of it this way. There's an old story about a farmer who had a flock of geese that escaped from the barn. It's wintertime and they're gonna die if he doesn't get them in the barn. But he can't, for the life of him, get them to trust him and follow him back into the barn. And he thinks to himself, if I could only become a goose for just a moment, then they would trust me and I could lead them to a place of safety. And that's like God. What's the best way for God to speak to us? To become one of us. And we believe that's what happened through Jesus Christ, that He became one of us to speak to us in a way we can understand and to lead us to a place of safety where we can have a relationship with our Creator. It's called revelation. This isn't a disrespect of the world's religion. It's a respect that we humans are seeking to pursue someone beyond ourselves and to just say, consider Christ as the best and finest revelation of who God is, what He wants to do, and the type of relationship we can have with Him. Hey, thanks for pursuing another question with me. I admire you for pursuing them. I think they're really important. If this was helpful to you, you can like it, way of passing it on, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be talking about more questions. You can leave a comment below or even drop a question in for us to consider, right? The best way to explore these questions is in community. There's a description of our church here on this channel, and there's a link to our website. You can become part of our community no matter where you are in the world. We would love to help you pursue these questions and grow in a relationship with God through Jesus Christ.